I know you could do top chat on these. I know it's default to top chat, but you could do live chat rather, not top chat. Top chat's for AIDS. Top chat is for people with AIDS. I don't even know how this looks. If this is gonna sound good, if it's gonna look good, I'm not even sure. But unfortunately, it's all I could do. If I wanted to stream, like yesterday, I wanted to stream, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to. And then now, this is the only thing that I can do, which is a giant waste of time and the resources because it doesn't look good. At least with the other PigCast, it looks good. You have some semblance of production value and features, but not with this. This is AIDS. There isn't anything I could do. If maybe I could do this, or I could put filters. Yeah, that's great. I could apparently pin products. I could tag products. What products am I gonna tag on this, dude? Oh yeah, let me tag this. Let me tag some other stuff. This is AIDS. YouTube has it so that you essentially can do a little, oh look, we're gonna have all these features like bubbles. We're gonna put bubbles here. Let's put blush. Yeah, that's gonna be great. And then they're trying to compete with people live streaming, and they're gonna do it with this? With this AIDS of a platform? No, thank you. I wish I could at least maybe pull things up, or that'd be great if I could somewhat. Let's see what this one does. This is a little magic wand. I pressed it. Did anything happen? No, nothing happened. Of course not, because YouTube is made and produced by people with AIDS. And of course it says, oh, be mindful of the things you say. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of streaming on this. But if you watch this at some point in the future, I apologize profusely for not doing a live stream yesterday because my production value, sorry, not my production value, my laptop is AIDS. My laptop is AIDS. And for some reason, it didn't let me actually do what I need to do. But I think this is an alternative, even though this is pretty terrible. It was also telling me to do it vertically. Oh, hey, do a live stream vertically. Yeah, this is cool. Orientation is blocked. Okay, no, never mind. It doesn't even let me do it anymore. But before, it was pushing me to do that, which is just lame. That's the lamest way of doing it. But alas, I guess, do a PigCast Lite. If you're watching this in the future, I'm in Orlando right now, Orlando, Florida, which is the home of Disney World. Disney World is full of fat, obese, gummy-lipped women that go there with their husbands. They have teeth like that, I guess, is the best way to do it. I don't want to do that further because it shows you how yellow my teeth are. But so I'm here until Sunday, essentially, just to step away from Miami. And honestly, I'm here just I want to work on the book, Hams and Fantasies. That's my bit. I want to work on that pretty aggressively. And that's about it. Just step out for a little while. I think that's worthwhile for people to do every once in a while. Just get out of your element. And of course, my infinite virginity, the only playing cards that I bring, which is a good thing, by the way. If you're going on a trip, don't really dedicate a lot of space or time to playing cards. That's a waste of your time. But I happen to bring the only deck that was on top of my pile, which is this right here. The Street Magic deck that they gave me in England. So now this deck has been a well-traveled deck. This deck has essentially gone with me from England, and it's gone from me from, what do you call this, to Orlando. So this has been a well-traveled, a fun little companion deck. How do I even see comments here? I can't even see them. Thank you, YouTube, for providing such a good platform for live streaming. You fuck. Hello there, Pigman. Do you have any decks for sale? I have too many decks, but I don't know if people would like to buy them because they're used. I only have a couple that are unwrapped. I do have my own cards, which should be shipping soon, I hope. But that's going to be another can of worms with it in terms of shipping and making sure everything is squared up with that. But I don't have them for sale yet. I only had a Kickstarter campaign. Stefan, I'm back in Orlando. Yeah, I'm back in Orlando, dude. I'm here not doing Disney. I was considering going to Epcot today, but I said, fuck it. I'd rather just hang around and be productive with my time, considering it is Thursday. It is Thursday, so might as well at least have some semblance of professionalism and work on my brand new book, Hams and Fantasies. Although if you want to check out The View from Down Here and The Art of the Squeal, they're available down below or wherever the fuck you see this here. But this deck What I thought was special about it was that the now CEO of Illusionist, G, gave this to me, and I thought this was like a little like, oh, hey, this is a one-off art piece, or this is something that we're only giving a limited amount of people. I didn't know that it was for sale. Or I actually know what I thought. I'm retarded. I thought that this was part of the kit. I thought that this was part of the kit originally that came with the Street Magic set. And I'm like, how did I not see that? How did I not see that? That's fucking weird. And it turns out, no, it wasn't part of the kit. It was a release that they've made. And you see all the tricks that were on the actual kit itself. The original How to Do Street Magic kit with Brad Christian, looking as edgy as anybody could be. He was like 90s cool, I gotta say. I don't think he's cool anymore because he's kind of like that old man. Old men shouldn't be cool. You're cool once in your life. You gotta embrace it, and then you gotta know when to fold them. Know when to fold them, as another equally dearly departed man once said. But the cards actually feel nice, surprisingly. They're actually, look at that. Look, you could do your little Jeff McBride aligning your chakra with these. You can make it look like you really know what you're doing. I also hate the angle. It's not a very flattering angle for me. Is this what the bitches see? Let me see what the girls would see right here. So let me put this down. Okay, so this is what you'd be seeing. You'd be seeing a lot of this right here. That's not a good view. I got to work on that. Because if you're a chick, this is what you're getting at. You're getting this right here. This is what you're getting. You're getting this thing. Is that really... Boy, now I know why they never call me back. Because it's not a good sign. Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't know how I did these before. Could you imagine? This was my live stream before. Look, let me do a PigCake live stream before. Hey guys. Hey. AIDS, dicks. We're gonna talk about dicks today. No wonder the channel's growth has essentially stagnated. Forever, it's always been stagnant. But this was the original streams. I would do this like this. That's AIDS. I'm not a fan of that. Manel says, oh boy, this is old PigCake. It is, right? No production value. Negative attempts at making anything of an actual semblance of a show. So I don't understand how people watch these. Because I look back and those videos had views. I'm also at a friend of my friend's house, which is empty, apart from me right now. It's like a 4-bedroom house that they don't even use as an Airbnb. What a waste. I keep thinking, wow, if you were in this house, or this house was essentially vacant for 80% of the year, you might as well just pay somebody to manage it and make some money off of it. But no, apparently they got it like that. So I also fell down those stairs last time I was here. I fell down and everybody made fun of me. I should make a PigCake tank top with Lincoln that says abolish slavery. That's phenomenal. But I feel like that's such a clever idea that you definitely took it from somewhere. You definitely stole that. There's no way you came up with that, Bob, in the sperm of the moment, as my mom used to say. Or my dad used to say to my mom. But this one, yeah, it's a limited edition Budweiser. You could see my nipple right there protruding behind it, doing the little titty dance there. But these, they don't make them anymore. I'm kind of disappointed. Even though you could just get a shitty green tank and what do you call this? Just get a little patch and you're good to go. I'm also a fan of this right here. This is my Orlando look. Let me actually show you how I look like as a person in Orlando. So this is the vibe right here. You're getting this right here, fanny pack, the fanny pack. It's very underrated. It's a good utilitarian thing to have on you. And young people like to make fun of old people for having those. I never did. I always was a fan of the fanny pack. Even as a youth, I enjoyed the fanny pack. Your pockets are always cramped with shit. This takes it away from that. What I don't like now is the sling bag, which people wear unironically. They just put on, oh yeah, cool, I deal drugs. That's what you look like. It looks like you sell marijuana if you have a sling bag on. No, the sling bags are designed for your fanny. It's designed for the area, the fat upper pussy area, or I guess the Brits call the fanny a vagina. Have you gone through their cupboards? I did go through some stuff, and I saw that because I also haven't eaten. I haven't eaten, so famished, which is a good thing because now essentially I'm forced in the next 3 days to just drink water and not really eat a lot. So I wanted to kind of do that. And I'm like, oh, look, they have popcorn. They have popcorn. I don't know if you can hear me, which is why I stopped talking. But they do have popcorn. I'm like, oh, shit, let me make popcorn. Popcorn's healthy. This is good for you. It's not too bad. And this expired in, I believe, 2019. So this is done. This is not a thing that's worthwhile. All right, here. January 05, January 2019, right there is when this expired. So the least that I could have here is popcorn, and this is gone. There is a liquor, though. So that is dangerous. That is a little bit dangerous, considering there is liquor. But so we're just staying here for a bit, or until Friday in Orlando, Florida, which to some people is the happiest place on the planet. To me, it's awful. I don't like Disney. I'm not a fan. It's just not for me to go there and to see so many people, so many Disney adults. Actually, one of the games that I'm going to play, I might as well mention it here. Later on, we're going to go to Disney Springs. Disney Springs. And we're going to go. Apparently, they have a Christmas tree sort of hunt where you could go and check out all the Christmas trees, and you build up like a little paper and you stick them. And then every time you visit a Christmas tree, you go, oh, great, I visited that one. And then at the end, you get a prize, right? The prize is like a fucking annoying pin. But what I thought I'd do is I made my own bingo game. So I made my own little bingo. By the way, I make these little notebooks. Is that gay of me? So I round the corners off because I didn't have a notebook that fit in my wallet. So I wanted to have a notebook that fit in my wallet. See, here I have another one. I don't want to show you more because this maybe has my name on it. No, it doesn't. Okay. So I wanted one, and they don't make them that fit in your wallet like this. So this might be a good idea. This might be an actual good idea to market somehow, if I could chop this off a little bit more. So that's a nice little tip if you like carrying notebooks on you. But this one, I decided to make my own tree stroll bingo. So I'm going to be going through, and you could see them there. So first is fucked gum line, right? Which guaranteed. That's guaranteed. Second is morbidly obese. The second one is ill-fitting outfit. Ill-fitting outfit. So that goes with morbidly obese. So as we're going to be going through looking for the trees, I'm going to be looking for these to kind of match and see if I can maybe win a prize, maybe get something for myself at the end if I happen to hit my bingo. A gay thing. So typically you'll find like a Mickey with like a gay flag. So that's a check mark. More than one of them being fat. The other one is a face mask, right? So that's a fun one. If they're wearing a face mask, but they're morbidly obese, so that gets a little check mark. And then lastly here is some limb handicap. Now I'm not talking about like you gave your kids thalidomide and they're in a wheelchair. I mean like you're a fat person and you're wearing a sleeve, like one of those sleeves or a knee thing because you can't handle the weight. So that's what I mean by some limb handicap. So I'm going to be playing this game later on. I should put it on Instagram, but I feel like I might get wrecked because I wrote gay thing right here. But it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that that's part of a thing. It's a game that I'm playing with myself to spot the Disney adults. Do you use ITR or loops? I had loops on me, but the thing is that they're very annoying to have. You have them on you, and then you could do little bits. I do hate the fact that every stupid Instagram virgin magician, you could tell they don't bother to fucking put any effort. So they're doing, oh, look, I'm going to make these sports beans float. You ready? I just got to rub my hands together. All right. All right, here we go. Here you go. They do the same shit. It's like practice. Practice. Magic is a practiced art. Practice. You'll be surprised how far you get. This is the only thing that's available. Here, by the way, this right here, sports beans. So I might be eating these and maybe Skittles, which is another thing that's here and doesn't look like it's expired. This might be the worst thing you could put in your body. I think this might be the worst thing you could put in your body because there's no nutritional value. There's nothing of substance whatsoever. You're not getting any, you're just getting pure sugar. So it's not really good for anything. Whereas at least some other candies, you're getting something of fuck, even chocolate or whatever. What watch are you rocking? Right here, dude. The China 30s, dude. The China 40s. Look at that bitch. Damn, son. This is a watch that was perfect, essentially. I found it on eBay. I might change the strap, maybe, because I've been getting into like just more robust stuff, and the strap kind of annoys me. But look how perfect the watch is. Ignore the gay heart. That's a pig right there. So there's a pig. That's a pig. So it's kind of like a fake Rolex, sort of Submariner bit. A nice little, the bezel, right? Very nice, slanted, which is what I wanted. And that's a fucking pig right there. On the fucking 9 o'clock. There's a pig. So I thought it was perfect. And I think it looks great. So I'm happy with my purchase. Also very inexpensive, but looks and weighs like a more expensive watch. I think for watches, we've come to the point now where people are just making rollies, like fake rollies, for not a lot of money, because you can. Lol. What else here? The fuck, did you look through their cupboards? I think I did mention, I did look through their shit. Unfortunately, if I'm in your house, I'm going through your shit, man. Like, that's kind of my vibe. People do that when they come to my place anyways, because I have like dumb, cool magic stuff that they don't see often. But I'm looking through shit. Like, I'm seeing what you got in your cabinets, dude. Like, I'm sorry I'm that type of person, but if you invite me to your house and I'm in the bathroom, I'm looking through the medicine cabinet. So do keep that in mind. But I'm here for the next couple of days. I'm hoping to meet up, Stefan, if you're still here. I'm hoping to meet up with Caramel and at least touch dicks, but I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think our schedules are going to align. Even though most of the day I'm just here eating shit. That's kind of my vibe. I'm just going to be here working on the book, the new one, because I've kind of been, not lazy, but I've been lethargic about that one. Look at this one. So this is a tease for a ninja deck, I guess, coming soon. So I hope that would be a nice thing to have. Maybe with the release of Ninja 3 Illusionist. Maybe. Who knows? I told him that I'd do the work and like edit it and everything. As long as I'm involved. And obviously I get paid. But I told him that I would do that. I'd be more than happy if you get me on Ninja 3. If I'm the Ninja 3. But alas, I think it's a dead in the water thing. What's on the Ace of Spades? Oh, it looks like a low-res picture of their old logo, which is kind of a good aesthetic, I gotta say. Ordinarily, you would think, oh man, could they bother finding a higher res picture? But no, that kind of matches the theme of the deck. Like, this is a lot of text on the back, but that's what you want. You want it to look kind of like 90s, like 2004, where you're squeezing in as much information on a small piece of cardboard. Like, who's gonna bother reading this? Produced by Brad Christian, the video combines gritty, stylized footage with superb, hard-hitting tricks. All right. I mean, you did have some good tricks here, but they were two-card fan, one-handed cut, flourishes, card spread and turnover, Balducci levitation, floating bill. My favorite part was the hookers. I think the whole project, if that could ever focus, YouTube, figure your shit out, this right here was the hookers. The project had, I would say, pretty attractive sluts in it. There was some that looked used, but there was a couple that looked like little snacks, which I'm very impressed at. Produced by Brad Christian. Yeah, so I would love to see the behind the scenes of that. That'd be great to release. Maybe I might hit him up and say, hey, do you guys have the behind the scenes footage to the ninja and then the how to do street magic? I think a lot of people would appreciate that. What's your opinion on crediting other magicians when you come up with a trick? What if you don't do the research and miss a credit? Well, that's the ticket, right? When it comes to the virgin arts that we're partaking in. The problem is, you could do your due diligence and you could, research, but everything has been invented at some point. But and the shitty part is that it really depends on who, because sometimes people are understanding that independent thought is a thing and independent creation is a thing. So, it's entirely possible that you could come up with something that somebody else has come up with. Think about it, and they understand that, and they're it's good. Or you could do something accidentally where you invent something that's already been invented, and the person decides to be a prick, and they go, "Hey, excuse me, And the other problem too is magicians tend to be a little bit unrealistic when it comes to crediting. Now, of course, I'm a big fan of crediting. You always have to credit as best you can. You have to see where you got it and you know, credit the people, because that's what we are doing. We're standing on the shoulders of giants. But with realistic expectations. Certain people expect that you know that they came up with that in a fucking manuscript from 1940, and that's kind of annoying. Or for example, there was this little move. I remember on 52 cards. Why would you think I do this? That's funny. That's odd. Getting text from a person that I didn't expect I would be texting. But this move, so let me see if I could show you. Right, on 52 cards, this channel, I taught a move called Monkey in the Middle, which was a variation on Bill Goldman's trick, right? So let me see if I could do this correctly. Wow, I kind of look fucking, look at that. I kind of look big here, right? I know I'm flexing, but these kind of look at that, boy. Damn, son. But as far as this, so the move was, it's a monkey in the middle, right? So let's say that's their card, and you have the two jokers. You go, oh, and then you're able to show the fact that you have the card between it. It's the worst angle, all right? I'm sorry, but the move is still sound, that you could apparently show that card that have appeared between the jokers without doing any move. Like the move that you would usually have to do is this thing, right? Which is lame. So I thought, oh, how can we subvert that? And I thought, oh, this is a nice little thing. If you take the jokers, you could snap, you could do this little displacement action, and you have a card between, and then you could show it. And Assad let me teach that on his channel, right? And I taught it as the monkey in the middle move. And of course, somebody leaves a comment, what you call the monkey in the middle move is actually this move devised by, I'm like, yeah, shut up, you idiot. Yeah, okay, I know. I'm aware that I'm not but in this context, I would say it's relatively original, at least from what I've seen. I haven't seen anybody do it in the context of a sandwich routine, especially in the context of a routine that's trying to replicate monkey in the middle, which is a marketed effect. So give me some slack. So you have a lot of magicians that are unrealistic when it comes to their expectations of crediting, and it is just the virginiest thing when you have them go back and forth and they're like, yeah, but this was actually originally from this, and it's, what you're doing is this. Oh, that's what you're doing. You're doing one of those. And you're doing it just to show other people that you happen to know a little bit more. But it's not anything for help. You're not trying to help other people. You're doing it for your own fucking self-masturbation. I was going to say mutual masturbation. The self-masturbation, which is just fucking retarded. The quote should be, we're standing on the shoulders of virgins. Or we're standing on the shoulders of autists, essentially. Which is more accurate. What do I have in my fanny pack? Let's see what I have in my fanny pack. Let's play the game of what PigCake has in his fanny pack. Now, I've mentioned before, I hate the concept of EDC, right? It's very virgin-y, but I've gotten into it recently in terms of like cool stuff to carry around and all the other stuff. So let's see what Piggy brings to Orlando. So we got my wallet, Kate Spade, right? It's a Kate Spade wallet because I might be a repressed gay. You got notes in there. And just a bunch of cards, right? You also have this little knife and a bottle opener. This is really what this is used for, which is this puppy right here. It's a very robust bottle opener. I wouldn't use it otherwise. I hate really dimsy ones. And people bitch about bottle openers. Oh, everything has a bottle opener. Yeah, because you need it to have a bottle opener because you're drinking a lot. So that's one. Then over here, I have this. Nice little this one that I've used every day. I've used every day since I've gotten it. And I'm surprised as to how often I'm reaching for this. I don't know what I was doing before, honestly. And then I have this little flashlight, which is fairly dope. And it also acts as a UV light. So I could use it to find cum. So that's a fun little thing. And what do we got? So fanny pack, we got notes, right? Little notes. We got a little pen in there. That I made myself because, again, I might be a repressed gay. Also, these are kind of interesting. I just made this. So this, I had an argument with a friend of mine as to why women are retarded, and especially his significant other. And what I told him, my argument was that we're always thinking as to solving problems. We always have to solve problems, men. And I'm thinking, man, we like, especially us, we'll figure out, oh, our air conditioner's broken. All right. Let's figure it out. And we figured it out, and we fixed it. I needed to hold my keys. I guess I'm going to cover this, but I need to hold my keys. And I needed to place it because I hated the jingle. So what did I do? I bought a Chicago screw from Home Depot, right? And now all my keys are in one place. Look at that. So now this is my keys right here. So then I have my motorcycle key right here that I could just put in and we're good to go. I have my P.O. box key and I have this little thing, which is like a little scraper that I've also used a lot. So we're problem solvers. We're problem solvers. And I was just telling him about how typically I guess his bitch is not a problem solver. So that's a nice little thing. And of course here the other one is the new edition. The new edition, which is this puppy right here. This puppy. So I'm very happy about that purchase. And thank you for you guys that gave me good advice on things like that, right? But I feel like here in a place that I really don't know around, very useful. And I carry this everywhere, little cologne vials. So I believe this one is a knockoff of By the Fireplace by Mason Margiela. That's a knockoff of that. Why don't you ever mention the names of the commenters? Says John O'Toole. I apologize, John. Usually I do. I don't know why I haven't, because this is a new I don't like using this form of streaming. I like streaming as I normally do, which is on the fucking channel with the thing and the production value. So I don't like streaming like this. So I'm new to, or at least I haven't used this in a while. So I apologize, John. But I might do one every day, as a matter of fact, that I'm here. Because if I'm here, I'm going to be working on the book. And then I'm also going to be, might as well do some live streams and see what fun comes of that. What fun, oh boy, comes of that. And then also gum. You want to have gum. You always want to have some sort of gum. It defines your jaw. And you don't want to have magician breath. You don't want to stink like a magician. And the worst part is that the only times magicians carry gum is so they could, oh, look, it's wrapped. And now it's unwrapped. And that's the only time they carry gum. No, carry gum and chew it like a normal person. Did you see the video of Sean Strickland walking down the drunk guy? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's entirely based, Sean Strickland. He doesn't have any filter for what he says, which makes me a fan. This time slot is better for us in South Africa. What time is it there? I know here it's almost 3. Notice, by the way, that I could look at my watch and I could tell the time, right? Which is a skill that apparently Gen Z doesn't possess, as I've seen at least represented on TikTok. Now, it is very easy to fake on video to try to get somebody to look like they don't know what time it is, because you could just show them like a thing and say, hey, tell me what time that represents, and they don't know because it could just be gibberish, and they say I don't know, and that's what you cut. So it's very easy to make somebody look like they're retarded, but they can't tell the time. I've asked people, Gen Z, hey, what time it is? I like your watch, and they don't know what fucking time it is on the watch. They can't tell because they've never learned in their schoolage. So you say 10 p.m. says John O'Toole. John O'Toole said 10 p.m. John O'Toole has said 10 p.m. I usually do them 6 o'clock my time, which is Eastern time. So that's typically when I do them. I've done a couple early as of late because I realize that people tend to, from England, sunny old England, like to watch these. So I like to cater to them. But typically I like doing them 6 my time, which I imagine is probably early morning for you. I think forcing people at gunpoint to watch card tricks has gone too far. Yeah. And the worst part about having a GAT, as I like to call it, is that now I'm tempted to use it as a prop. And you can't, because it's a very dangerous tool. And it's something that you shouldn't play with. But I'm an idiot, and I'm a magician, and I'm always tempted to think of how I could use things in the context of my channel. And also by showing it here, it becomes tax exempt because now it's part of my work, right? Because I've shown it on a live stream. This is technically my work. So I could argue that it's tax deductible because it's a business expense. Another thing, the IRS just sent me a letter saying, hey, I owe them a little bit more money, which is just so much fun. It's not a lot, but it's always a great thing. They never send you a letter to tell you how good you're doing. They never send you a letter to tell you how good. They just send you a letter to tell you, hey, by the way, you filed your taxes a little bit incorrect and you owe us a little bit more money. Let me just squeeze you down. They shook me down for $45 one year. 45 bucks. What are you going to do with that? That's the cost to send a letter to my residence. Because some employee had to print that or some algorithm somewhere down the line. Someone's getting paid to send that. So that costs probably way more than that. So, oh boy. That's where I'm the edgy middle schooler putting an anarchist symbol on my notebook. Is for the IRS. So that's the one. I'm there going, anarchy is the best form of government. Or I guess it's not a form, but and it's still a form, technically. By not being a form, it's still form. Because technically there are no rules. It's anarchy. It's just free. But that in itself is a... Let's see what else here. Well, you know, magicians tend to force people doing card tricks, Muppet on meds, now that you mentioned that. And they do it by not stopping. That's the part that's annoying. So they do it by overstaying their welcome. So, you know, somebody, oh, do a trick. And then you might show them a trick. And they'll go, oh, that's great. Oh, my God, I've never seen somebody so good at that. And then you go, oh, well, let me show you another one. And then you show them another one. And then you show them another one. And then it becomes... well, that's when people have bad memories as to magicians because they just can't stop. They get intoxicated by the allure of reactions. So, I don't know. I'm not one of those. I'd rather just not do tricks and shit on magicians, which every time I've had the opportunity to perform as of late, I'm like, no, I'm good. No thanks. I don't want to show you a card trick. Let me show you a multi-phase routine. A multi-phase sandwich routine on the Thanksgiving dinner table. What? Fuck. And you'll have magicians on Facebook, on the Facebook group. Just, hey, what tricks are best for Thanksgiving dinner? Because I really want to show them a set. I really want to perform a set for them. I'm like, yeah, you're really going to bust out your cups and balls and nanas? Really? All right, that's a good look. Your little polished cup of balls. Oh, God. Magicians really are... I think the cringiest in the performing arts. Guitarists are pretty bad because, you know, you got to carry your guitar everywhere. But what's this? You got to carry these everywhere. And then you become that guy. Oh, let me show you a trick. Yeah, sure. Let me reach into the deck of cards that I naturally have on me. Ew. It's not a good look. Let me see if I can do this change here. No, you're probably going to see exactly how. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I flashed. Let me see. There you go. Look at that, boys. Look at that. How hot is that? Do you wear Dahmer glasses for a specific reason? I like the look. I like the look of the rapist Dahmer glasses. But these in particular are kind of annoying because they are from I Buy Direct, which is like one of these Chinese companies that makes, I guess, it's the whole glasses industry. It's a scam. They oversell you on shit, and it's a monopoly. Luxottica is a company that pretty much owns all of them, and they sell things that they sell for $5 for $500 just by putting branding on it, which is I guess shitty. But get phone calls. I could just get phone calls. How quirky is that? No, I just like the vibe. I like the vibe, but they've upped their prices recently, which I'm not a fan of. Interesting camera angle. People, not many people look up at you because you're 5'2". Can I pin that? Okay, so we're going to have a pin of shame on this stream, which I'm surprised I could actually do. What do you want? Do you want this angle? Would you prefer this angle? Where I can't read the comments? Is this a better angle for you? Let me know. I'll just do the whole stream like this. And then hope that I could just read it. You mean pin of glory. No, that's a pin of shame. That's a pin of shame. Because you made fun of my height. Do I have boogers? Is that what you were saying? I might be a little sick, to be honest. Oh yeah, I'm hella sick. I'm definitely hella sick. Oh boy. Hope I could find rubbing alcohol somewhere here. Yeah, it's an awful angle. This I guess aesthetically this is a better angle. But quality wise, in terms of reading the comments, this is a better angle. Because now I could read the comments. And this, as I established earlier, this is what the girls see. So this is what the girls would be seeing. You'd be looking at this, right? Let's assume that you're one of, you'd be looking at this right here. You'd be looking at that. So why not have you guys preview that? Look at the white in my beard. Oh my goodness. Fuck you, dude. Oh, is that boogies? Fuck. So yeah, you got a pin of shame for that, because that's the worst thing you could have said. Let me see if I could. I mean, this is like a pretty haunted looking place. So I guess nobody's here most of the time. I don't want to show personal pictures, but like those cabinets just have random shit in it, like old expired shit. Is this what a vlogger feels like when you're walking around thinking that, you know, society cares enough about what you have to say about things? Is this what it feels like? Hey guys, sup? Hey guys, Motrix here. That's actually a funny name for many reasons. We're gonna show you some card tricks. We're gonna show some people some card tricks here, and then we're gonna talk about them. And then they insert like a fucking intro that looks like AIDS. Yeah, but this place is pretty fucked in terms of certain things. Like this looks like somebody tried to break in. You see that? It looks like somebody tried to break in to the house. You just have random things around, like minions. I can't tell you how much I fucking hate minions, dude. They're the worst. It's pretty much designed to make your kids retarded. That's what they are. Just random deodorant here. Like, what's this? Just random deodorant. Like, oh, hey, yeah, dude. Let me just put that in the kitchen. Nobody's here most of the year, which is kind of odd. And then there's several steps, which I'm not going to do because I've already fallen down those stairs before. But I might do streams every day that I'm here, just because I'm not going to go to Disney. This a fucking waste of time and money. Could you imagine? You know how much it is to go to a park for one day? I was considering it. Just to go to Epcot, because I like Epcot. Epcot is cool. You have technological advances and shit, and you know, fun little bits and business of history, and you get to go around the world. And then they have French food here, and they have German food and Mexican food or whatever. But you end up it's $180 for one day at the park. I'm sorry, a what? 180? I remember when that shit was like $90, $80 back in the day, and that was still pricey. And you're going around dealing with nothing but just morbidly obese Disney adults, which is not the best look or the best thing that I would be interested in. So no thanks. I'd rather actually be productive and work on Virginie Magic stuff. Virginie Magic stuff. Let me... Fuck off. Who's asking me? Somebody was asking me about the cool bits the other day. Because unfortunately what I've realized is not a lot of people are proficient at the coal, which is kind of upsetting because I use it for everything. So I use it for absolutely everything. And when people aren't proficient in it, it kind of takes away half of my repertoire for me to teach you because I use it all the time. This is a fun little idea, right? You do this, you do the switch, and then you have the card up jogged. Then you can have another person pick a card. And then you do the exact same thing. So you could continuously keep doing this. And essentially what you're doing is you are having a bunch of cards here. So this is all the cards that were picked. So at the end, you could just get those cards to the bottom. You could square these cards up and very cleanly not have to do anything because you've already done all the work. All the cards are on the bottom. So that's a fun little stupid idea. Look at that. Look at that. Who would have thunk it? You getting some actual magic stuff here. Can you say happy birthday to my partner, Devin? Devin. Boy, why does that sound like it's going to be the... like, I don't want to say the other one, but someone, I've seen a couple of videos where they go, oh, could you say happy birthday to my partner, Nick, and then what's his last name? Oh, his last name is Gur. And then now I'm in the YouTube jail for saying that name. Can you say hi to my partner, Ben? What, Ben Dover? No, we've upgraded from Ben Dover to Nick, and his last name is Gur. Divan. Divan. Ooh, is that like a gypsy name? That's kind of hot if you're banging a gypsy, man. Good for you, John. That's always good. if you're hitting on a gypsy. I've seen a couple gypsies when I was in England, and they're not attractive. They're not Esmeraldas from the whatever of Notre Dame. They're not those. They're not shawties. They're very ill-teethed, just troglodyte women. How come you're in Orlando? Are you getting a job becoming a Disney Main Street magician? Man, could you imagine? Well, there is a magician that I've seen around. Not seen around, but I know Orlando's kind of his thing. I think his name is Michael Eaton. But every time I see them on Facebook, it's because he ripped somebody off or some shit. And I'm like, wow, that's not a good reputation to have as being a guy that's known for like ripping people off. Even if you've only done it a couple times, like, ugh, damn, dog. And apparently every month there's like a post talking about him. He's the only Orlando-based magician that I know. That and Caramel, but he's not really a like Orlando-based magician. He's more like a magician in Orlando who's very deep in jiu-jitsu now. So no, I'm not going to be doing magic on the main street. Could you imagine the little hack? Oh, hey guys, would you like to see a trick? Oh, well, hey guys, I'm the wandering magician. I'm just wandering if you want to see a card trick. See what I mean by, I'm always tempted to use it as a prop, even though, again, it's a very deadly weapon. Can't do that. So I only half use it as a prop. But I might do a stream like these every once in a while that I'm here. Not every once in a while, probably every day that I'm here. When I find some time that I'm not doing actual productive stuff. I do have a trick coming out with Alakazam. I don't want to mention anything specific about it, but that's hopefully something that I'll be able to have by Blackpool. So I could actually be at the booth showing people, which is going to be a nightmare. As I mentioned many times before, the best thing to do at a trade show is to be the drunk guy walking around just looking at shit. You never want to be the guy working at it because it's just a bunch of magicians having other drunk magicians that look like me coming up to them. Hey, show me that thing. And then you do it. Hey guys, watch. And then they go, oh, I'm going to come back. I'll come back. They never come back. So now I'm going to have to be the magician that's showing them tricks, which is I'm not necessarily going to be looking forward to. So I think I'm going to do it hammered. I think I might just do it hammered. But I don't want to ruin that relationship with Alakazam. So I figured that I have to do it in a way where I am, I'm not belligerent. Which I'm not belligerent when I'm drunk, but I don't want to be drunk. Tipsy, maybe. So I'll probably end up doing it tipsy and have vodka soda in my thermos as opposed to just having water. I think that might be a fun bit, but that's still up in the air. We'll see. Because I'm still waiting on some prototypes for the trick and waiting on the right set so that people are happy with it and don't bitch at me. Because the last thing I want is a bad review from Unbiased Magic Reviews. When are you doing a live stream drunk? Well, I've done many drunk. You could look at ham radio. You could find those ham radio streams where I was pretty much always drunk on those. I was drinking. You could tell because I was fairly fat doing those streams. Now looking back on it, look at the slimness. Look at the slimness of your boy here, dude. Look at that, son. Slim, fit, right? I looked at those videos of ham radio and I'm like, yeah, I was fucking tubby. I was a tubby little dude, which is not a good look to have if you're 5'3". The last thing you want is to be 5'3" and tubby. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Fuck yeah, man. I didn't know this rocked back and forth. Do a drunk for $2.96. I think I might be doing shit Saturday night. Night is when I'm doing shit. But if anybody, by the way, it's watching this and is from Orlando and you want to hang out in the next 3 days, let me know. Let me know, dude. I don't know if what PigCake demo is in Florida, but if you happen to be in Orlando and you want to, I don't know, talk fucking magic tricks, as virgin-y as that sounds, and you happen to catch the stream or the replay after, you know what? Hit a boy up. Hit a pigga up, because I think it'll be at least fun to talk cheese. I always talk shit about magicians, but every time I hang out with magicians, I tend to have a good time. And I think it's specifically because, here's the thing, here's the secret, right? The secret is that magicians that tend to like this content are cool people. They're based. They're, even if they're not based, they're based. You know, they're somewhat based. They like dirty jokes, and they're not going to be offended, right? Like those are the type of people I like to hang out with. If you're the type of magician that like you're, hey man, 6 feet, make sure six. Okay. Hey man, can I show you this coin trick? But I have to sanitize the coins first. Like I don't think this is within your demo group of people. What was this magician that he does YouTube? I don't want to name names, but he had a video called "No Cap on Unbiased," or sorry, "No Cap on Racial Inequality in Magic," or some shit. It was no cap on what's that thing where you're not aware that you're being racially insensitive, unconscious racial bias. It was some highfalutin term, and I just realized the difference between that sort of audience and this audience. Like the audience that likes shit on my channel are definitely not the type of people that I watch that video and go, yeah, I agree with you. You're right. Yeah, we shouldn't say dumb jokes while doing tricks. We should just be unconscious bias. I'm trying to remember the name of the actual video, though, which is funny because I remember seeing that. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you... Oh, let me use magic as a means to have fucking social justice. Oh, God, could you imagine that being an actual type of magic? Social justice magic. Like, oh, I'm going to use magic as a message because we have too many social issues that are really important. And we need to somehow spread the message. And I'm going to do it via magic tricks. I see the thumb. The thumb represents oppression. And oppression sometimes could split you in half. But if we come together, we can make things happen. There was another one that I saw years ago, and every person I always show this to, it kills them. This guy posted this thing on Instagram. Again, I don't want to name names, even though I should. This guy posted this trick. Well, I'll tell you what the trick is, and then if you find it, God bless you. If you don't, but he has like fucking the worst Instagram I've ever seen in my entire life. Where it's all pictures of him like this. Like so tired from working. Like I'm so tired. Like, oh, I'm just like, oh, I'm working so hard on my tricks. And he's looking at the camera. And then the trick that he did was like one of these bits. I can't do it because I'm not rigged up. But he has like 4 jacks. It would have been funnier if he did it with black kings. For a reason that you're going to find out. And it was one of those bits where he's like, oh, sometimes your friends have to stand up and you have to help them stand up on their own. And sometimes they may not want to stand up or help others. And it's like this weird message that he did on Instagram. And I have sent that video to everyone. I'm like, yo, look at this shit. This shit is hysterical. Hysterical. And he's kind of shaking because I guess he doesn't have... belief in his convictions. So if you find that, God bless you. But I'm not gonna name names. But that trick killed me because this guy was trying to promote a message, and this was immediately after the whole bits that we had here with the George Floyd thing. So, boy, that shit was. If you find that, I'd be very impressed. Send me a DM. Send me a DM if you know what I'm talking about. I know a boxing MMA coach, says Hane, who was called out as racist for saying Egyptians aren't black. So I get that. Also, the coach, old black guy, he's seen the civil rights era. Well, Egyptians aren't black. They're definitely not black. They're African-American, if you want to call them that, by that semantic little loop. But maybe I could see what he's talking about. But that's the thing, man. When you grow up Latin, Latinos are very racist. Blacks are very racist. I would say, not to fucking be that guy, but I think whites tend to be the least in the spectrum. It's just part of growing up. Like your relatives, and I know a lot of blacks, I know a lot of Latinos, and it's you're raised like, oh, hey, stay away from people that look different from you. Stay away from them. Stay away from those people. I'm like, that's fucking racist as shit. So you grow up with that, and obviously you realize through logic that that's a very old, antiquated way of thinking. But it's just funny that Egyptians are African-Americans. PigCake 2023. Thank you for that, Steve Brooksy. That's wonderful. Of course, you have to come in with some dropping some heat. It's called No Cap on Racial Bias and Racial Sensitivity, says Hungry and Hungover. I think that was the title. Could you imagine if I titled a video, hey guys, no cap on racial bias and racial sensitivity, dude. dude, the thing is that we gotta, as magicians, we gotta promote like positivity when it comes to. So you might say something like, yo, hey, ladies and gentlemen. You might say something like, ladies and gentlemen, but what you're doing is that you are unconsciously being biased, and you're being insensitive. So we have to use magic to come together and not separate. We can't separate. We can't, guys. We have to come together. God, it makes you want to just, you know what it makes me want to do? You know what it makes me want to do? Fuck. I keep having to, I'm going to stop using it as a prop. Okay, it's not a prop. No more oil and water. Well, you could look at my variation years ago, oil and gaze, which was a very edgy take on it many, many years ago. I think you could do an oil and water. It's a nice little puzzle trick. I think people could appreciate that. Rene Lavant, I think, proved that with his It Can't Be Done Any Slower. And he does that through repetition, which is great. You see that with the little breadcrumbs trick that he used to do. And he's showing you the same trick over and over again, over and over and over again. And it's still more impossible each and every single time he does it, just because he builds it up perfectly. So oil and water is the same thing. But if you're out here going, imagine if you're one of these message magicians and these cards are going to represent the people that are trying to hold down society. And these cards right here are trying to represent the people that are trying to bring people up. And if you mix them together, which is what society is, this is where we have conflict. So what we need is, I don't have a method for doing this, but social justice magic, that needs to be the new one. Maybe what I should do is I should come up with like a fake YouTube account where I anonymously push that and see if I can make that happen unironically. Like I'm starting it off as a joke, but then I get the ball rolling as a bit. Like it becomes a real thing. I'm trying to give a good example of what that would be. It reminds me of when I think one of these fucking like internet fucks, they try to spread that Justin Bieber had cancer. So they spread a fake thing saying, oh, shave your head for Bieber. And people were shaving their heads for Justin Bieber because they thought that they were doing it in, compassion for Justin Bieber. So social justice magic, I think I need to make that. Okay, so what I have to do, or I could do this on my own. So without doing an anonymous thing. So I think what I have to do is I have to do legitimate tricks with a social justice twist, right? And then have people do it unironically. So people are going to copy it if it becomes a trend, right? Or even within magic, people are going to copy it. So I think what I need to do is just have good tricks, or tricks in general, that are social justice stuff. And I think that'll be really, really funny to do. And then, hey, so these cards represent. So you could look forward to some social justice content on Instagram coming soon. Somebody also gave me shit. I taught this control forever ago, an illusionist. I taught this thing. Let me see if I could even do it correctly, if I remember the actual bit. Oh, yeah, okay. So I taught this control on illusionist forever ago. Let me see if, okay, fuck. I could do it. Shut up. So you put the card in, right? And then you go, I'll tell you what. Let me get a good angle. Let me get a good fucking angle for this. So the control is as follows, right? You put the card in, you push it in, and then you show it one last time before you push it in. I thought it was a cool thing. I thought it was a cool one. And I remember, I think B. Smith gave me shit for it. He's like, it's not a good control. I thought it was a nice little novel take on that push-in. So I just remember reading that comment, and I don't know why. I guess seeing the deck reminded me of that particular bit. If you do that, Piggy, save me a bullet. Save you a bullet. Well, I have an extendo mag here. Not an extendo mag, but definitely a bigger mag for this than is normal. So right here. It is awkward, but I think it does have the right context. It is awkward, but I think it can be done well. So for it, right, you're obviously pushing. So you have a break. You're pushing this card in all the way, and then you're coming in doing a cut like that. So that's kind of the bit. So it does have a time and place. I do think that is an interesting control, and not all controls are essentially to be done. But I don't know. I just remember seeing that, and he's like, that's a shit control. I'm like, I think it has a time and place. I think it has a time and place to do it well. And I don't know. So that was just my bits. But see, this one has 13, which is very surprising to me, that this is 13 rounds for such a small little thing, which is why I was very interested in picking up that GAT. It's because of the size of the magazine. So this is all gonna be put in the inevitable Netflix documentary, isn't it? You think? This is gonna be, and here's a stream where he took out the Hellcat that he inevitably used. Fuck. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Come on. We're not allowed to joke anymore as a society. Come on. Be better. Right now, at this point, I would put the be better thing, but I can't do that because I'm streaming on the phone, which is pretty AIDS. I'm also, I hate this because, as I've mentioned so many times, you want to look here because this is where you are. But if I want to read the comments, I have to look here. And it looks like I'm looking at myself, which is not the case. So I don't know if it would fly because if you cut the deck, why would the card still be there? Well, it's like an afterthought thing, right? So it's an afterthought thing. It's definitely not a terrible control. It's not a great control, but it's not a terrible control, like he mentioned it. And I saw, what do you call this? Franco use it. Franco, whatever his fucking last name, but the guy with the Chad chin. I saw him fucking do it. So I'm like, oh, so there you go. So a good competent magician is doing it. I found a knife gun that shoots one time for 450 USD. Very, I would say, impractical. Raul says, sending love from Spain. I love your women. I love your women, Raul. Spanish women are top tier. King of Clubs beats all the spades, says Michael Sears. I don't know what you mean by that. If that's some sort of is that a social justice magic message? Is that what the bid is? That the Black King beats out all the other ones? Who will go first? Netflix or El Pig? Fuck. Well, that's the thing. Inevitably, it's going to be the Netflix documentary. And when you guys are inevitably called up as witnesses, at least you could call back on these bits. What kind of live is this? I know. I hate it. I'm not a fan of it. But unfortunately, I'm in Orlando for the next couple of days. And my stream yesterday couldn't work. I wanted to do a live stream, but it didn't. For some reason, my internet was iffy, even though my internet's great, which is very annoying. But now I'm relegated to doing streams like this and having shaky cam. Doing fucking shaky cam. He left because you ugly. Who are we talking about? I just got a text. Oh, social justice idea? Yeah, right? What'd you say? The king of clubs? Let's see. King of clubs beats all the spades, right? So like the message will be so an ambitious card trick, right, with the oppression. So the king of clubs, we try to oppress it and put it in the middle of society, like privileged whites. But the king, trying to persevere, makes his way to the top of the deck. No matter how many times society puts the king in the middle and doesn't care, the king props himself up. We try to lock him in. We try to put him in jail. We try to put him in jail and lock him up. But the king fucking penetrates and breaks out of prison because he's a black king. I'd have to work on it, okay? I'd have to work on it. I'd have to make it a tight 5. Even though society wants him to vanish, we need to do our best to make sure that he appears. I was considering ending it. Right there. Not ending it. I mean ending everything. Ending the... That's the 4th time I use it as a prop. And it's loaded. So yeah, I'm doing these. I'm going to do these every day that I'm here in Orlando. Just because I'm not going to Disney. I want to sit here and work on my book and be a little bit adamant. I came with a friend. And she's a fan of Disney. I'm not. So she's going to the parks and doing all that shit. Meanwhile, I thought I could be productive. And is it possible to put a deck back in new deck order from a casino wash? I'm not sure, but I'm sure. Who's that hot guy from Instagram that he's a short king too? Jason, whatever the fuck his last name is, that he'll like mix the shit up and then he'll find a whole suit of cards. Casino washing on a table. I put a couple different techniques. Jason Ledane, there you go. It is a hard thing to do. And there are certain little things that can help you out. Like, for example, if you are doing a wash, it's a lot easier to control the cards on the bottom than anywhere else. But as far as that is concerned, it's rough because you don't want to make it seem contrived. If you're doing a casino wash and there's a level of overt control, that's bad. But if you are, you have to make it look sloppy. So you can't do both and control all the cards. So there has to be something that you could do. I know Leonard Green has a great one that looks pretty messy. It's not a casino wash, but it's that fake Rosetta Shuffle, which is pretty dope. But yeah, I don't know for that. My virginity has a limit when it comes to that particular tip. Stooges do a deck switch and stop the level 70 virginity. And of course, you said virginity. Bold of you to assume he's smart enough to break out of the prison, given his complex shun. You're right, yeah, because he has been, how many times? How many phases was that? That was at least 2 phases. So he was oppressed, I would say 3 times. So for a person like that to escape from prison, you're right. It's a very bold one. But we need to, so how would that look like? Like a card manipulation routine, but with the social justice twist. Let's see how that would look. So you would need to find all the quartz of a color, right? And I mean, you could argue that these are also pressed, but like one of the, we need to make more entrepreneurs of color appear in society and appear in media. And we need to have more empowered people of color in fucking commercials and in magic, because we are making them disappear. Stop, put up. Because we're making them disappear as whites with privilege. Can I use white privilege to pay the fucking IRS, please? Can I use that? Because apparently they only take cash. I'll have to put some effort into it, but I could definitely do social justice magic and make it a thing. Can you do some videos on gaffs, shorts, breathers? I have an entire project years ago on short cards, which I thought was pretty interesting. I had some little novel ideas there. But I know I have a lot of stuff on the PigCake Magic Academy. I have a lot of PigCake Magic Academy stuff. That's a short card and all the other stuff. Breathers, I only have 1 lesson on it. I don't have any lessons on rubber band magic, luckily. I think that would be the worst thing to have. Oh, look, let me just get in position here and penetrate my thumb with this elastic thing. I don't get it. Like, I get the sort of puzzle of it, where you could kind of figure out different ways to do things, but usually things require, actually every trick requires like a setup. And it's, oh, look, so let me penetrate my ring on my, the rubber band here. Watch. Oh, look. It's penetrated. Could you hold your hand out, sir? Fuck off. So I don't know. I don't know that people do that, but I'm not a fan of it. I know that, what is it, Andrew, Magic Buzz, he's killer when it comes to that shit. Oh, this one's kind of cool. This is at least one that's normal, that you could do this bit, right? Oh, look, it broke, and then bring it back together. See, that's kind of dope. But anything that's like, oh, let me fucking... Right? Oh, look, I'm going to make it penetrate my hands. This is a natural position. Look at that, and it penetrates. That's a little bit too much for me. That's a lot for your boy Piggy. Wouldn't expect a job. Wouldn't expect a giant like you to know so much about short carts. Well, guess what, Mr. Steve Brooksy? You've now replaced the new pin of shame, even though I can't do the drop. You're the new pin of shame. So now we could all laugh at your little dumb comment as to my height. Didn't expect that, huh? Fucker. Is it weird? I almost never use color changes. No, that's normal. I think that's the thing, right? Most color changes are kind of lame because what are you doing? You're rubbing the carts centrally, so there's no way to do that. That doesn't make you look like a mentally ill virgin, right? Like, oh, let me do the Cardini one, right? And you kind of have to do one of these, right? Or the double one, or whatever the fuck. Like, you kind of have to make it weird. Oh, let me do the Erdnase. Like, there's a lot of rubbing on it. I'm not a fan of that. I like this one, where you do this bit, right? That's a cool one. But you kind of have to make sure that you straighten the card out. Because if not, you don't want that last push in. Let me see if I can actually show you how that looks like well. Right, where you transfer the card to the other hand, and then you rub it, and it kind of changes. You could do that as many times as you want. You could do that as many times as you want. Hopefully, when you find a card with contrast, that's not a fucking king. There you go. Right, so that's a nice one. That's fun. It's even better as a vanish, I guess, that you show it like that. But the changes that you make, you can't have, like this one's kind of a cool one. The Startler, right? That one's a dope one. I think any ones that you rub are kind of lame. They're kind of gay, I would say, because you're rubbing on it. Oh, look, my rubbing changed it. They know that your rubbing didn't change it, Samantha. I guess the snap change is cool, even though everybody knows that. What's the way to do it? I know I was trying to practice throwing it and doing it, but it's hard to do. Let's see. Now, fuck off. See, even this one that I did earlier, right, where you do this bit, it's kind of hard to do. That one's also kind of, look at that. How about this one? Let me see if I could, what's this? Fuck off. Oh, I remember this one, right, where you do that bit. See, look at that. Let me see how aggressively I flash doing that. Not too bad. Right, not too bad. That gave me AIDS, though, so you're welcome. My favorite color change is Michael Jackson. Well, now his only color change is death, my friend. He went from black to white to blue. Let's see some other ones here before I end this stream when my phone turns into a fucking oven. Slow changes always look good to me. Steve wins, says Hungry and Hungover. I'm not going to give Steve the benefit of a fucking pin of glory after he just made fun of my height in such a disgusting way. Why would you? First of all, that's insensitive. And also, you're a bigot for that. I really hope you don't live in California because that's a punishable crime by death over there, being a bigot. But yeah, I'm going to do another one of these probably tomorrow. So look out for that. It's going to have the same production value. I can't take voicemails, which is lame. Actually, you know what? Let's try that. So I'm going to go to the voicemails. And you let me know if you could die. Okay. Yeah, so I definitely can't go to the voicemails. Because when I go, very lame. I had to debate whether or not I should give you my address. Yeah, wouldn't it be great? Oh, where do you live? Miami, Florida? Wouldn't that be a fucking coinky dink? Wouldn't that be wonderful? But I'm going to do these again tomorrow, so look out for that if you're a fan of the old pigger. And as far as, I guess, this stream, Nancy Pelosi is into insider trading and big fucking tits. Big fucking tits.